Hello. You've watched 100 tutorials this year. You've bought the courses. You've downloaded the app that rewires your brain in 7 days. And somehow, you feel dumber than when you started. Here's a secret nobody selling you anything wants you to know. There was a method, a real one, that for 2,000 years reliably produced the sharpest minds in human history. Newton, Leibniz, Euler, Descartes, even Bach. And then the modern world quietly deleted it. Tonight, I'm going to run that method on Nodu. Nodu, who once tried to microwave a thermometer. If it can make a genius out of him, it can make one out of anyone, even you. The question is, what if genius isn't a gift, but a method? Meet our subject in his natural habitat, 40 browser tabs, 3 unfinished courses, a reading list he will die before completing. He is busier than any human in history and learning nothing. Because here is what modern school did to him. It crammed him full of answers to memorize for a test he forgot the moment he walked out. It taught him what to think. It never once taught him how. Hand a man answers, and he knows a few things. Teach him to learn, and he can take the whole world apart and put it back together. We stopped doing the second one. The old world did not make that mistake. It had a system, 7 steps, 3 to master your own mind, and 4 to master the universe. Nodu is about to walk through all 7. He will hate every single one. Let's begin. He wakes somewhere old, stone, candlelight, and 7 enormous doors. Above them 2 words, artes liberalis, the liberal arts. And before you roll your eyes, liberal arts, the thing your cousin got a useless degree in, understand what the word actually means. Liber, Latin for free. There were 2 kinds of arts, the servile arts, which trained your hands to serve someone else, and the liberal arts, the arts that set your mind free. Master these, and you will never again need anyone's permission to learn anything. You become your own teacher. Remember that. It's the whole point. Nodu, naturally, is already trying to leave. The phone. The app that promises genius by Friday. No, there are no shortcuts through these doors. There is only the work. Door number 1. The first 3 arts are called the Trivium, 3 roads. They are the disciplines of the mind, and they run in a strict order because each one feeds the next. Think of it as a machine. Input, processing, output. First you take the world in, then you reason about it, then you put it back out. Miss a step, and the whole thing jams. Behind the first door, grammar. Not the nun who corrected your commas. Grammar, the art of language itself, the art of knowing words and the things words point to. It is the input gate, the power to take meaning in from any text ever written. Get this wrong, and everything downstream is noise. And this is where a modern teacher of this art, the classicist Raphael Falcone, says something that will annoy you. He argues that grammar is the first of all the liberal arts, the foundation the other 6 stand on, and that your very sensibility to language is the prerequisite for intelligence itself. In the old world, grammar was called the first part of philosophy, and the training ground for it, Latin. I know, Latin, a dead language, useless. You're thinking it right now, and so is he. But the deadness is the feature. And Falcone's point is sharper than nostalgia. Latin survived as the last living fragment of this entire system, the final thread of the old method, still hanging on after mass education buried the rest. But why Latin, and not Spanish or code or anything alive? One word, rigor. Latin has a morphological and syntactic precision most languages simply lost. And here's the curiosity that makes mathematicians smile. In Latin, a noun changes its ending depending on its job in the sentence. Its case. There are 6 of them: the subject, the possession, the giving to, the direct object, the by and with and from, each one a different ending. Which means something strange and wonderful. In Latin, word order barely matters because the meaning lives in the form. To read a single sentence, you can't just glide left to right like you're doing now. You have to analyze every ending, identify each word's role, and reassemble the logic of the whole thing in your head. Every sentence is a little logic puzzle. You don't just read Latin, you decode it. And that is why this gate bleeds straight into the next. Latin doesn't only teach you a language, it drills your mind in analysis, in tracking structure and relationships, sentence after sentence after sentence. Falcone's method for Nodu is exactly as merciless as it sounds. Memorize the great poetry, then take it apart with the grammar, word by word. He hates it, he resists it, and then, somewhere around the 100th line, a sentence simply opens for him, like a lock. He has his first real tool. Now he has words. But a mind full of words that cannot reason is just a parrot. Enter the cruelest tutor of the 3. Gate 2, logic. The old word is dialectic. If grammar was the input, this is the processing, the art of thinking correctly, of telling a real argument from a beautiful sounding lie. The tradition is blunt about it. Without dialectical training, there is no true science, none. It starts small, a term, a single clean idea. 2 terms make a proposition, a statement that's either true or false. And 2 propositions, locked together just so, make the most powerful little machine ever built. The syllogism. All men are mortal. Socrates is a man. Therefore, Socrates is mortal. Watch Nodu's face as he realizes he can manufacture truth from truth. He feels invincible. So Dialectica hands him a different argument. It sounds airtight. It feels true. Nodu nods along and walks straight off the logical cliff. Quick, did you catch it? Because the difference between a genius and a mark is exactly this. The genius sees the flaw. The whole art is learning to see it every time. Nodu, bruised, is starting to. He can think now. But a mind that thinks brilliantly and can't make you understand a word of it is a genius nobody ever hears. The 3rd gate. Gate 3, rhetoric, the output, the art of taking the truth you've reasoned your way to and making it land, clearly, persuasively, beautifully. The old world called it the civilizing art because ideas that can't be communicated die quietly in one's skull. Nodu's first attempt is a catastrophe. All the right ideas, delivered like a man falling downstairs. But then, he reaches back. Grammar gives him the words, logic gives him the spine, and rhetoric gives it wings. And this clumsy little creature opens his mouth and says something true and clear and moving. And there it is, the machine, complete. Input, processing, output, knowledge, understanding, wisdom. Nodu can now take in any text, reason about it without being fooled, and say what he found so that it matters. He holds the actual tools of learning. He could stop right here and teach himself the entire world. Most of them did. But the old masters knew a secret. A mind sharpened only on words is only half a mind. 3 roads down, 4 to go. And these don't deal in words at all. They deal in the secret language the universe is actually written in. Number. The next 4 arts are the Quadrivium, 4 roads. Where the Trivium mastered language, The Quadrivium masters number, quantity itself, in 4 different forms. Stay with me, because this is where Nodu stops being a clever talker and starts seeing the bones of reality. First, arithmetic, number in itself. Not counting your change, the nature of number, what two-ness actually is. The pure, abstract idea of quantity standing alone, the foundation stone. Everything else in the Quadrivium is this, applied. Second, geometry, number given a body, magnitude at rest, shape, space, form. Nodu draws his first proof and discovers something that unsettles him. That a truth about a triangle is true everywhere, forever, whether or not anyone ever draws it. He's just touched something eternal, with a stick in the sand. Euclid did the same thing, and it ran the world for 2,000 years. Third, and this one stops Nodu cold. Music. Not a feeling, not a vibe, number and time. The ancients put music in the mathematics department because that's what it is. Ratio you can hear. Pythagoras, with a single plucked string, found that the most beautiful harmonies are the simplest fractions. A half, a third, a quarter. Harmony is arithmetic, wearing a disguise. Hold on to that. It's going to explain a man named Bach. Fourth, the last gate, astronomy, number in motion, magnitude moving through the heavens, the planets, the seasons, the great clock of the cosmos, all of it running on hidden mathematical order. Nodu looks up at the stars, and for the first time, he doesn't just see lights, he sees equations. And now the Quadrivium does its real work on him, because its secret isn't arithmetic or stars. It's that underneath everything that looks like chaos, music, space, the sky, there is hidden structure, harmony, order, and the trained mind learns to see it. So here's the whole machine, finally. The Trivium taught Nodu how to learn anything. The Quadrivium taught him how to see the order in everything. 7 gates. But does this actually work? Let me show you the receipts. For 2,000 years, this was education. In the great medieval universities, Bologna, Paris, Oxford, the Faculty of Arts was the foundation. You mastered the 7 before you were even allowed near law, or medicine, or theology. And the whole thing ran in Latin, the common tongue of every scholar in Europe. But here's the part that should sting a little. They didn't learn the way you're learning right now. Slumped, passive, half-watching. Their method was lectio and disputatio. You read the masters closely, and then you argued, out loud, against opponents. You had to defend your reasoning and attack theirs, in real time, in Latin. They didn't consume knowledge, they fought for it. Scroll and forget would have horrified them. And what did that produce? Let me introduce the alumni. René Descartes. Raised by Jesuits, marinated in Latin and airtight scholastic logic. When he stripped everything down to, I think, therefore I am, that wasn't a poet's flourish. That was a logician finding the one stone the syllogism couldn't break. Gottfried Leibniz. As a boy, taught himself Latin and devoured his dead father's library whole. An autodidact, like some of you, he dreamed of a perfect, logical language for all of human thought. Along the way, he casually co-invented calculus and the binary code every device you own runs on tonight. Isaac Newton, Latin grammar school in Grantham, then Cambridge and the old classical curriculum. And when he wrote the Principia, arguably the most important science book ever written, he wrote it in Latin. The language Nodu was just cursing at, that was Newton's pen. Leonhard Euler. The University of Basel, theology, Latin, rhetoric, the full humanist diet, and mathematics. The man's memory was a legend. They said he knew the entire Aeneid by heart. That isn't a magic brain. That's a brain trained by the method, on the method's own poetry. And Johann Sebastian Bach, remember gate 6, harmony is number? Bach went to the Latin school, learned the arts, and then spent his life writing the Quadrivium you can hear. His counterpoint is mathematics in motion, voices weaving in perfect ratio. When you feel chills listening to Bach, you are feeling arithmetic, performed so well it reaches the soul. Now, I have to be honest with you, because it matters. This method did not stamp out geniuses like coins. The genius was theirs, but it handed every one of them the same set of tools: deep reading, ruthless reasoning, clear expression, and an eye for the hidden order of things. The tools were never the rare part. The tools are just lying there for anyone. Which finally is the answer to the question you came in with. How do I actually learn? How do I get smart? Not another app, not a hack. The thing you've been trying to buy can't be sold to you because it takes years, not days. And no one can years of work you in a checkout cart. But, and this is the gift, once you own it, you are free. Liber. Grammar means you can pull the meaning out of any book alive. Logic means no one can fool you, and you can't fool yourself. Rhetoric means what you know doesn't die inside you. And the Quadrivium's eye means you start seeing the structure under every new thing you touch. Every book becomes a teacher. Every field becomes learnable. You will never need to be spoon-fed again. That is the autodidact's secret weapon, and it has been lying in plain sight for 2,000 years. As for our subject, look at him. He reads Latin at sight. He takes a bad argument apart like a clock. He sketches a clean little proof, and then, God help me, he hums a small fugue he wrote himself. The fool became brilliant, and worse, he became humble, because he knows exactly how much it cost. And then they come for him. Euler, Newton, Bach. They look down at this ridiculous little creature who walked all 7 roads, and they pat him on the back. Welcome, little one of us now. Nodu has never stood so tall in his life. I designed this entire experiment to break him. I am deeply annoyed that it worked. Oh, and the catch. The one I've been keeping from you the whole time. It took Nodu the equivalent of years. There was never a 7-day version. There is no app. That was the joke. But what he has now, no one can ever take, sell, or download. He earned the real thing. So, is genius a gift handed to a lucky few at birth? Or is it a set of tools sitting in a drawer the world simply forgot how to open? The drawer is still right there. Good night, Nodu.